Welcome to the next episode of I Love You, Colonel Sanders. In the last episode, we learned that Colonel Sanders killed somebody. That was a little bit crazy. I'm not sure why we still like him, but I guess we're gonna keep trying to make him love us. We also met the spork monster again and learned a little bit more about that magical book. So we're gonna keep going and see what's going on with this magical book, whether or not Van and Ashley are also doing something bad with it, and see if we can make Colonel Sanders fall in love with us. So let's get right back into it. Okay, this is where we left off. So Colonel Sanders says, "Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss." So a minute ago, we found out from the spork monster that there may be some students at the school who are evil, and they're using the spell book to do something bad. So now Colonel Sanders wants us to go to his secret hideaway. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. I'm a little nervous. He's a killer. I don't know. Ooh, it's a nice home though. Wow, lots of wood. A chicken seems appropriate. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. I'm not going to tell him about my recipes. I don't trust this guy at all. He killed somebody. What if he becomes my rival at some point and decides to shoot me? Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. So tinkering. That's a word we use to describe when we're casually working on a project. So it's not a word you would use necessarily when you're working on something serious. For example, my dad, he loves working on old cars. He has an old 1966 Mustang that he works on in his garage very casually. It's a hobby, and he looks at the engine, he checks that everything's working, maybe he does a little fixing here and there. That is tinkering. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. I really don't like this. I don't want him to know what I'm tinkering with. I don't trust him. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? So pair with, you can think of a pair of shoes, too. So here, the dish I'm tinkering with is meant to pair with or be together with something spicy or crispy. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation or keep it a secret just for you? Of course I'm going to keep it a secret. I don't trust this guy. He's going to kill us. But at the same time, if I do keep it a secret, what if he gets angry at us and kills us anyway? I don't know. I don't trust him. None of this seems right, but I'm going to keep it a secret. Actually, I've said too much. Please forget I ever said anything. You can practically hear Colonel Sanders' heart beating in his chest. He tries to act demure, but his facade begins to crack. So demure, demure. I think I mentioned this on the screen in a past video, but to explain it a little more, it's when usually you are flirting with somebody, but you're trying to act like you don't care too much. You're trying to pretend that you're a little bit distant. Here, I guess it's sort of a flirtation, but it's not meant to be in this situation. He's trying to act like he doesn't care about my recipe, but he does, and I don't like that. But his facade begins to crack. A facade is basically an imaginary wall. You're trying to hide your feelings or your thoughts or your emotions from another person. That's facade. I can appreciate a good secret, of course. In fact, I've got many, nearly a dozen in my fried chicken recipe alone. So he's talking here about his 11 secret ingredients, 2 of which we already know. But I would hope that you could learn to trust me with yours. Not gonna happen. What? Well, I suppose you did share a secret ingredient with me yesterday, so it'd only be fair. No, don't do it. I don't want to share it with him. Colonel Sanders' face grows serious. Ah, yes, about that. You see. Yes, Colonel? I haven't been completely honest with you. The secret I told you was a fake. Of course it was. We can't trust this dude anymore. Oh no, the ingredient you shared with Miriam, it wasn't true? You're angry with Colonel Sanders for lying, but the fact that you revealed his secret shows that he was probably right to do so. Yeah, duh, I never wanted to reveal this secret to Miriam anyway. The game forced me to do it. You mean it wasn't one of the real 11 secret herbs and spices? You see, we had only just met, and I had to make sure that you were trustworthy and capable of keeping my most important secret. To me, my recipes are priceless. Well, I have something to confess. That secret ingredient you told me, I shared it with Miriam, my bestie. Unfortunately, I already knew this. I was very disappointed, but now that you've come clean, we can start building our relationship as fellow chefs again. So this word, come clean, it means to admit that you did something wrong, admit that you lied, tell the truth. So here I came clean about sharing his secret ingredient with Miriam. I promise to be honest from here on out. I really do. I don't promise that. I don't trust this guy. So from here on out, from this moment into the future, I'm counting on you. Then in that case, no, I don't want to tell him whatever I'm doing. I present to you my original coleslaw. So he is going to steal my coleslaw because that is on a KFC standard menu. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Luke's Hideaway. Luke's, short for luxurious. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Wait, when did I cook this? Was it just in my bag? This is confusing. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. I'm sure you'd like to, Colonel Sanders. I'm really, really sure you'd like to just hang on to this moment and steal it. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Ugh. Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. So snoop. Snoop. Snoop means look around at somebody's personal house or personal belongings and get information about them secretly. So I believe that we are totally within our rights to do this because we just shared our secret recipe with him. We just shared our secret dish with him, and I don't trust that he's not going to steal it. Clearly he's gonna, but... Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Ugh. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. All right, so we're gonna learn some things about this dude. Where should we start? All right, I think we're gonna start with the chicken, the obvious. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. So the guy's into taxidermy. That's disturbing. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Oh, KFC. All right, next item. Let's see. How about this candle right here? A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating on a lake? Those are very different things. Summer of '69. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... All right, next item. Let's try the lake outside. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Vast means huge, big. And the mountain range, so these mountains back here, one mountain is just mountain. But mountain range is multiple mountains clubbed together. So you can see here there's a range of mountains. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Where did he come from? Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? No. Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. This poor guy. All right, next item. Ooh, there's something sparkling here on the table. What is that? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. So this is a lock of hair, just a piece of hair, and it's woven. You can see it's kind of going through the teeth of a comb. Kind of gross. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Oh, the door opened. Okay. We'll start here first, though. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. So these big ceramic, usually pots that have a cover on them, we usually call them an urn. And it's sitting on a pedestal. This doesn't look like a pedestal to me, but basically pedestals are kind of like a table, but they're meant for statues or awards or trophies, things that are important. I'll try to put a picture on the screen for you if I can find a good one. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. Ugh, that's intense. Poor guy. Some more pictures. That's the real KFC that we all know and love. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. They're not holding drumsticks. That's weird. I think there was a mistake here. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. So he's not crawling. I'll try to get a picture of a baby crawling on the screen. I don't know why they're describing these photos so inaccurately, but that, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? That's a good question. Let's start questioning this guy a little bit more than we have been. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Okay, we have 2 more items here. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. So this phrase, dawn on you, it means you realize. As soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens. Inside it, you'll find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? All right, our last one. Ooh. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Oh, this is going to get awkward.
Aww.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Ooh. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your perfect moment and make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. So hear this word fess? We shorten it from confess. I'm definitely not going to make a big move. Here, make a move means make a romantic move. And I still don't trust the guy. I don't want to touch him. I don't know. So I'm going to tell him that I'm cold. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Oh, wow. Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving the Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. So in the midst means in the middle. Colonel? Yes, alien unicorn. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Yay! Oh, Professor Dog. Okay, I think this is a great place to stop today. We learned so much about Colonel Sanders, and even though I still don't trust him, it seems like our relationship is moving forward. So tomorrow it sounds like we're going to be having our final exams. All the big things are going to happen. I think we're really close to the end here, and I'm kind of excited because this is a fun game, but I love playing The Sims, and The Sims University expansion pack has just come out and I'm so excited for it. I really want to play it. So pretty soon we're going to start on that. But in the meantime, we do need to finish this game and find out if we can make him love us. And I hope to see you for the next episode. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment below. Please let me know if you want me to focus on different types of vocabulary, if you want me to talk slower or faster. And if you enjoy, please hit subscribe, hit like, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!